Okay. Everyone can hear me, right? My mic's weird. Okay. So welcome to our tribe team call. I know we have some brand new coaches on here. My name is Ashley. I am just one of the diamonds on our page, and I'm just here to kind of introduce our amazing diamonds tonight. But first, we wanted to take a few minutes and recognize how amazing you guys really are. So I want to share my screen real fast so you guys can see this. And all my windows. So, amazing things happening. And, hold on. There we go. So, tons of people on the boards with Success Club, which is amazing, guys. We're like literally a week and 2 days into the month. So, super exciting to see like already how many lives have been changed just from you guys and in 1 week. Like this is phenomenal. So keep going, keep pushing. So many super exciting things happening this month, and we all see it. So the other thing, just a reminder, is especially if you're newer, you may not even know about this, but we'll scroll up here. There is a pinned post up here at the very, very top of the tribe page, and this has a challenge of the month. And right now, especially if you're newer or maybe you don't know because you've been out of the loop or whatever, our challenge of the month and our word for the month is strong this month. So just part of that is, your body's your business, and that doesn't mean you have to be a certain size or shape or anything like that. What it means is that you've just got to be working hard and working towards a goal. And so remember, coaches come in all shapes, all sizes, all ages, everything, and find success at all levels. And so, part of the challenges month was picking a program and sticking to it. That these programs are designed to go through an entire program. And I have been so guilty before in the past of program hopping, where I wouldn't complete a program. I'd start one and then move to another one and then kind of hop over here and then over here. And these are scientifically put together just as if you were to go see a personal trainer. They're not just going to kind of randomly throw something in. They're going to make sure that you have the tools you need and to make sure you have that whole body experience for you. So the challenge of the month is to pick a program and stick with it, and to post a daily workout accountability on social media. So some of you guys are building on Facebook, Instagram, other places. So whatever your primary, or if you're doing both, make sure that you're posting that workout and just being you, authentically you. And, word it the way you would word it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be anything. It can just be a little picture of you going on. So that is there. It's the pinned post of the month. It has everything that you need. It has different tracking systems. That's the other thing we're working on, is trying to get organized with our contacts. So there's some different tracking systems there for you guys to look at. And there's also a team calendar. So when our team calls are, national wake-up call, all that kind of stuff. So along those same lines, when I pull out my phone and make sure that I have the right announcements for you guys. Let's see. Don't forget that next week, this week is Coach Basics, and we have one more week of it. So it's going to end the 18th and the 19th. That's the weekend. It ends that weekend. And the 20th starts Emerald Blitz. And that is your push. It doesn't matter if you are a brand new coach, if you're already an Emerald coach, whatever rank you are, because even as a Star Diamond, I still need to go Emerald again and again and again, because I still need to recruit to keep my business growing. And so this group is for everyone. This is going to be an amazing push group, especially if you're not in Success Club by the 15th. this will be a great push group because it's all about taking action. Coach Basics right now, for the newer coaches, right now they're learning everything they need to know about the root of the business. And then we dive right into Emerald Blitz, where it's going to be, really diving in and just taking action. And there'll be a little bit of training each day on why it's so important to be an Emerald coach and above. But the primary part of it is just taking action and committing yourself to Success Club and committing yourself to Emerald. So don't forget, that'll be starting. It's for all coaches who are ready to literally crush it, especially those who are wanting to crush before the end of the month. So don't forget about that. Don't forget, you should have a date for your upcoming paid group. I know mine start on the last Monday of the month. So for me, it's going to be starting the 27th of March. And hopefully, if you don't have a paid group, write that down, or if you're a brand new coach, talk to your coach and see if you can co-coach a group until you're ready to run, or whatever you want to do, or combine with another coach. Maybe you're in Coach Basics and you can combine with another coach, and do that. So, but right now, your primary goal is filling your challenge group. So I hope that you have a free group scheduled so that you can add value, you can add, networking, because that's what you should be doing right now, primarily, especially at the beginning of the month, is talking, adding that value to people, whether it's a free group, your community, or creating a community, but make sure you're really networking and make sure you're really talking and forming relationships with people, because that's the bottom line of it, is just forming those relationships and being real and genuine, because that's what we do. Beyond that, this isn't sales. This is really about just having the heart and just loving people. So let me make sure I'm not missing any other announcements, because it's been one of those days at our house today. Okay, I think that's it. So I am beyond excited to be able to introduce you to guys, our coaches, and hopefully they'll, I'm sure they will introduce themselves a little bit and their backgrounds and who they are. But they're both lifetime diamonds, and they are amazing. Their hearts are just genuine. If you ever have had an opportunity to actually meet Rachel or Crystal, you instantly see their hearts and who they are, and that's why they're so successful, and that's why they're amazing leaders, and because their heart is completely 100% in this business. And so, and with that, their hearts are with their clients, their hearts are with their people who are following them, and I'm just super excited to be able to hear from and learn and grow with them as well. So I'm just going to turn it right over. I don't know if Crystal's going first or Rachel, and I'll let them introduce more of who they are and everything else as they go, especially for all our new coaches on tonight. So,
Crystal, you or me? We didn't really
matter. Sure, I'll go.
Okay, you go first. Sounds good.
I'll go for it. That's fine. Thanks, Ashley. All right. So, first of all, Breezy actually asked us to kind of share our story. This fun part where I'll bear with me. But I do want to start with my story, and I'm so excited about this topic because it's a topic that I am so excited about it. And it looks like my screen, you guys, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you're kind of choppy.
Cutting out, Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might. Oh, when I lean forward me. That's weird. Hear me okay now? Is this better?
You're cutting
Yay!
out.
Thanks, Rachel.
Okay.
Maybe not. Okay, if I cut out too much, I guess just let me know and I'll go get on a different computer. That's better? Okay. I'll try and just stay up close. So I am excited about this topic because I'm so passionate about it. And so I'm really excited to share. So first of all, I do want to share my story, and it starts actually in second grade. So I'm going to kind of put it back here. But in second grade, I would, every single recess, I would sit on this curb that was next to recess. And I would sit on this curb and I would sit here and watch all these other little girls. And I want to be fun like those girls. I want to be pretty like those girls. And I would think this every single recess, and I would just sit all by myself and just watch all these little girls. And I wanted to be just that. I remember one day sitting on this curb, and I was with the rock fingers, and I just remember thinking, and I said, "No, I'm still chopping on a different." Okay, I don't know if mine is ever.
Crystal, are you there? Should we switch?
Is it working if I take off my earphones, or is that too quiet?
We can hear you.
Okay, I don't know if it's my internet or what.
Yeah, now.
Well, I don't know what to do now. So, okay, so
We hear you great right now. Just keep talking.
I am. Rachel, do you want to just take over and I'll go see if I can get on a different computer and I'll start over?
Yeah, that's fine. Every time you talk to me, you're clear. When you start to tell your story, you cut out. So sure, I'll run with it. Okay. Okay. So you guys, this is how it goes. You never know how your technology is gonna work. And my husband always makes fun of me because he says technology doesn't like me. But we'll see how we do tonight. And Ashley said it's been one of those days, and it has been one of those days, and it's a total mom day. And I was going to put mascara on for all of you, but when I went to put it on 10 minutes before the call, I can't even find my mascara. So that shows you what kind of person I am. But I'm super grateful that I get to talk on the call and get to share my coaching story with you guys, like Crystal was saying. And so with the topic being proof of the product, Breezy asked that Crystal and I kind of talk about our transformations and just our coaching story. So for me, I came into coaching about 2 years ago after I had my twins. I have 3 kids, and I have a 5-year-old and then twin 3-year-olds. And after I had my twins, I wasn't looking really for weight loss. I pretty much had the life sucked out of me from nursing my twins, and which other times in my life, I most definitely have turned to Beachbody for weight loss. So, but right after I had my twins, I was just in a place where I was kind of going through the motions of life, and I was exhausted, and I definitely was not taking care of myself. I always say when I talk to people that I was living on M&Ms and a prayer, because I was basically a single parent because my husband works really long hours, especially different times of the year. And so and we were struggling financially. And so I was kind of at my wit's end, and I saw Breezy, she's my coach, and I started following her, and she talked about leading a happy life. And for me, what drew me into Beachbody was I was already a Beachbody junkie. Like, I loved hip hop. Well, I owned hip hop abs in college. Is that embarrassing or what? But I had always been like a Chalene Johnson fan and was Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire. I used Turbo Fire before I got pregnant with my twins. So like I would always known about Beachbody, but what drew me into coaching and to becoming a coach was leading a happy life and creating a happy life. And so I jumped in, and I'm going to look at my notes so I don't miss anything. But like I said, at the time, I wasn't necessarily looking for weight loss. The solution that I was looking for was freedom, financial success, and happiness. And all of that does go hand in hand with our health and fitness. And so Beachbody is awesome because there's a different solution for everyone. There's nutrition, there's fitness, and there's financial opportunities to be able to grow. And so I came into coaching for coaching. And since I've become a coach, my transformation story has evolved. And I think that's something I want you all to remember, is that you may get a transformation from a program, but our health and fitness is not a destination, it's a journey. And that sounds cliche or whatever, we've all heard that quote, but your health and fitness is a journey. And as a coach, your transformation is going to evolve and it's going to change as you change. And I remember Shanti at Summit, I think it was last year, Shanti even made a joke or a comment about the fact that, like, when you finish one program, you're going to have to do another one. Like, that transformation is not going to last, you know, but this is real life. And as a coach, we want to be proof of the product and share our lifestyle, and that this is our real life. And so will we, from time to time, program to program, really hone in on our goals and our nutrition? Definitely. But will we also have times in our life where life happens and it's real and it's messy and there's birthdays and holidays and, you know, we're real people. And that's one thing that being proof of the product, we're not always going to have a six pack. We're not always going to be our best, but part of being proof of the product is us showing that we never give up on ourselves and that we always strive to live a healthy and happy life. And so to finish out my coaching story, it actually took me a couple months before I had the gumption to finish 21 Day Fix. And prior to 21 Day Fix, I purchased P90X for my brother, and I am a P90X dropout. Like, there's some pretty hardcore people in the tribe that have, you know, that do P90X and P90X3, but that's not me. And I did finish 21 Day Fix, and I had incredible results. And it was the one and only program in my 2.5 years of coaching that I have finished from start to finish. And when you do start a program and you share your journey of that program, and people can follow you from start to finish, and they see your consistency, they see you showing up, you're going to get results, one, but you're also going to get a response from other people. And they're going to take notice, and they're going to want to know, what are you doing? And how is it working for you? And so that was my one and only time. So I'm recommitting this month to finishing a program, and Ashley brought it up. And so I challenge you and encourage you to pick your program and stick with it. And with Beachbody On Demand, it can be, you know, there's a lot more hybrids and things going on out there, which is so fun. But the most important thing is just that you show up every day, and that you show people that you make living a healthy life your priority, that you're active in some way. And that means being real and being authentic and sharing the ups and the downs and your journey. And so my journey, it's changed. So I had my initial transformation a few months after becoming a coach 2 or so years ago. But then my passion is running and really dancing, but I don't really find time or a lot of outlet to go take adult dance classes. So when I can, I love to run. And I wanted to share how, like, having a hobby like running can enrich or support, assist you in growing your business. And so running is one of my hobbies. And in the last 2 years, I ran a marathon each year, and I had never run a marathon before. So for me, Beachbody kind of helped me gain that, like, confidence. Well, I always say having my twins I felt like that instilled in me, if I can have twins and live through it, I can do anything. So, and there's a lot harder things out there, right, that people go through. But for me, that was one of my things. And so it kind of gave me that courage and that confidence to jump into coaching. And then once I jumped into coaching, I was like, well, I'm going to take on a marathon now. And so in the past 2 years, I ran the St. George, Utah Marathon. And then in November, I ran the New York City Marathon. And so for me, being proof of the product, I was able to show people how I could cross-train with the Beachbody fitness programs and how I was strength training. And anytime that I have been being consistent with my Beachbody workouts with strength training, my running improves like leaps and bounds. I'm talking minutes faster, and I can breathe, and I'm strong, so stronger and faster. So that is like an important a key thing that I can share, because there's so many people, myself included, who can run for miles and miles. But if you're not doing the things, the cross training, you're not really training like you should, and you're not doing your body justice, because you can be so much better. And so Beachbody has incredible programs that can help runners. PiYo, the yoga studio and the yoga retreat, and then all of the other like strength training programs. And so that's one thing that I got to share during all of my marathon training. I was able to share my strength training through Beachbody programs. Another thing that having running like that I was able to share was being proof of the product was the performance line, and how the performance line helped me with my pre-workout, like pre-workout recovery and so forth. And so I was able to share that in my post and teach people and talk about the performance line. And so there are a lot of ways to be proof of the product, right? So we have the fitness programs, we have supplements. Shakeology, I love to share about, and I don't share about it enough, or I have, but it's probably been a long time, but I love the Shakeology Boost. Growing up, I was like the smoothie queen. I would hit up this little smoothie shop like every day after school with the whole ton of whipped cream and sprinkles on top, because it was so cute, but so not good for me. But that's why I have no problem drinking shakes. Like, I love smoothies. And so, being able to share the Shakeology Boost, there's the Power Greens and, Focus Energy, and there's the digestive one. I don't remember all of them, what they're called or whatever, but there's just a ton of things that we can be sharing that I don't know if we always remember that we can or should share these, and that when we do, that's being proof of the product. When you use these supplements and how it helps you, or, to prepare for a race or for something else, or just in completing your Beachbody program, how it helps you with recovery, you're not as sore, that kind of thing. The other thing that for me, when I train for these races, it really helped me to find my niche market. So like, who are your people? My people are runners, twin moms, homeschool moms, what else? I don't know, dancers, Broadway lovers, rap lovers. You find your people. But they're my people. Runners are my people. And so I was able to join different running groups. And even when I did the New York City Marathon, I ran for a charity. And so through being part of the charity, I was able to network and meet a ton of people there. And I'll be honest, last year was kind of a crazy year for me. And I probably missed out a little bit on, I should have used those groups more to network and to talk to people, because that's what it's for. And that's what we're supposed to do when we talk about like creating a free community or joining different groups that you have interest in. That's why you want to get in there and add value in those groups. You want to comment and like and talk to the people in those groups so that you can make new connections and make new friends in that way. And so that was one opportunity running my races gives me is to be able to meet new people and to connect with them. Let's see what else I wanted to say about that. So that's kind of where I've been the past 2 years. I spent a lot of my time running because it's my therapy, but I also love it. And this year I haven't been able to run in a long time. And so I wanted to share one more thing about your transformation and about being proof of the product. Hold on one sec. I wasn't able to print everything out, so I want to read you a quote. So I'll go through this. I was saying we can be proof in different ways. So our transformations can be physical, mental, emotional, or financial. You don't just have to have a huge physical transformation to be successful, but you have to know your story and have the courage to share it. So whichever way, Beachbody, whatever solution it gives you, however it works for you, own that and be loud and proud and share that on social media. Another thing that I thought of for me, I'm not always on it with my fitness, but it's a vital behavior, and this is kind of like I need to be better. But one thing that I am proof of the product of is personal development. I love, I'm a word girl. I love to write. And so if you go to my Facebook or my Instagram, you'll see like positivity like crazy through my quotes. And so that's something like I am really big on instilling belief in people and helping them with their mindset. And so that's one of my strengths. And that's being proof of the product too, by sharing positivity. Okay, so I told you how I ran a couple races, but one thing is, as a coach, you get to be real, and the more real and authentic and vulnerable you can be with your journey, then the more that people are going to respect you and want to follow you and support you. And I'll tell you that running those races was really neat because I did gain not just like I had followers, but the people who followed the journey, it was really sweet just to feel their love and their encouragement and their prayers. And so even if you don't think people are watching you, there are people watching you. They may not comment, but they're there. But since my races and some stuff going on last year, like I've put on weight, and I'm being honest as a coach, I've actually gained weight. And that's going to happen sometimes. That's life. But so right now where I'm at, I'm getting back on the bandwagon with my fitness and my nutrition. And I think as a coach, people always think that you're like perfect in every way. And people think that like when I work out, I look like a supermodel. And I'm like, no, it's messy and it's sweaty and I'm ugly, but that's good for all of us. And so I just think sometimes don't just portray yourself as the perfect, happy fitness person. We do want to share goodness. We want to spread light and we want to encourage people, but be real. And so I read a quote a little while back, and it's really helped me to have the courage to move forward with my fitness journey and to share about where I'm at. And it says, there's no such thing as going back to square one. Even if you feel like you have to start over, you are starting again with more knowledge, strength, power, and oomph than you had before. Your journey was never over. It was just waiting for you to find it again. And so it always seems like impossible, and starting over can be discouraging, but you just have to start from wherever you are and have a grateful heart and have the courage to share your journey and then keep moving forward every day. And as I said before, that our health and fitness is not a destination, especially as a coach. We're never done. You get to show up every day and be proof of the product by drinking your Shakeology, doing your workouts, doing your personal development. And if you're doing those 3 things, you have something to post about. And so anyway, I think those are my main points. Just that, and the last thing I guess I would say is that consistency. I think that being consistent in being proof of the product, that is the number one thing that will help you to be successful is being consistent in your workouts, being consistent in drinking your shakes, and in doing your personal development. And so let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much my part. But thank you all for getting on, and let's hear from Crystal now.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah.
So let's hope this works now. If not, I am sorry, guys. I made the family turn off Netflix, so maybe we'll have more success. Yay, hopefully it stays good. Okay, so I'll start my lovely story over again, even though you just heard parts of it. Okay, so it actually starts when I was in second grade. So in second grade, every single recess, I would sit outside on the curb, and I would just sit there, and I would think to myself, I'm like, gosh, I want to be happy like all these other girls. I want to be fun like all these other girls. And I would just sit and watch all of them, and I would just be by myself every recess and just watch all of them. And I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be pretty and happy and fun. And I remember one day specifically sitting down on that curb, and I had little rocks in my fingers, and I was playing with them. And I was looking down, and I thought, you know what? This is it. I am a happy girl. I'm going to be a happy girl. I'm going to be a pretty girl. I'm going to be a fun girl. And everybody's going to want to be my friend. And as soon as I finished saying that, a group of girls behind me came over, and they threw rocks at my head. And I remembered from that day forward, I faked a smile every single day of my life. I knew from then on that those affirmations suddenly went gone. And I thought, you know what? I'll never be happy. I'll never have friends. I'll never be loved. I'll never be pretty. I would go home, and the same thing would happen. I was kind of the joke of the family. I was the ugly boy of the family. I was the picky eater, so they'd always tell me, you're going to be so fat when you get older. You're going to be fat and ugly when you grow up. And I was told that almost on a daily basis. And so that was my belief about myself. Every single day I told myself, I'm incapable of being happy. I'm incapable of being healthy or not being fat. That's just what's going to happen for me. I'm going to be fat all my life. I'm boring. I'm ugly. I'm the ugly person of the family. That's just who I am. You know, whatever. That's who I am. So high school came around, and it was the same kind of thing, the same kind of story. I always just faked a smile. I pretended like I was happy because I didn't want my family to know. Vulnerability was not a normal thing for me. I hid everything. Any kind of emotion, I hid it. I didn't openly talk about anything. And so instead, I would just go home, pretend like I was good, pretend like I loved school, even though I hated it. And then I would just go to McDonald's almost daily, and I would usually pick up 3 double cheeseburgers, no onions, 2 fries, 2 waters, and 2 hot fudge sundaes. And I would sit in a parking lot, and I would sit there and eat it and eat it and eat it to somehow feel like I was okay. And so I would just scourge it all down. And then I would get married. Later on, I somehow miraculously got married because I was not confident with myself whatsoever. And we had miscarriage after miscarriage after miscarriage. And I started to internalize it again. And I thought, you know what? I'm incapable of being happy. I'm incapable of being a mom. My body will always fail me. I'll always be overweight. I'll never be a mom. And I am unlovable. I wanted to somehow just get my husband to leave me because I didn't deserve him, and I wanted him to be a daddy. And so for me, I was just unlovable. Suddenly, we were given this little baby girl, and we were told, well, a little boy and a little girl, actually, but this little girl, and I didn't know if we'd be able to adopt them yet, and I was scared that we'd give them back to their parents. We had them from the state for a little while in our home, and I remember rocking that little baby girl, and I remember thinking while I was rocking her, if I get to adopt you, and if I get to finally be your mommy, I want to deserve to be your mommy, and I don't want you to live the life that I'm living. And so I knew right then, I said, I have got to change because I want my daughter to never doubt if she's lovable. I never want my daughter to feel like she is ugly. And so I started on a venture. That very next day I got on Facebook, and I never got on Facebook. I got on Facebook like every, I don't know, once a month. And I saw this post about someone who was doing challenge groups and the 21-day fix and Shakeology. And I'm like, holy crap, this is my answer. I got to do this. I don't care what it costs. I don't care what's going on. I'm doing this. So I got set up and I did this group and I did these challenge groups and I read the compound effect. And I really, for the first time, really worked on me and tried to forget about, all these voices. And for the very first time, it took me 3 months, but the very first time, I remember sitting down with my husband, with my little children, and I laughed for the first time without forcing it since 2nd grade. I was happy for the first time since I was 8 years old. You guys, I was like 26. That's a long time to feel like you're unhappy. And it was because of these challenge groups. It was because of doing personal development. It was because of doing Shakeology. It was because of doing the 21-day fix that it completely changed my life. And so, as we go through this coaching journey, we oftentimes are like, okay, we got to get people set up with a challenge pack. I'm going to reach my goals. This is going to be awesome. But everybody has their story. Some have huge struggles, some have little struggles, but those little struggles are big for them. And I just, I think, when we talk to people, are we getting to know their story? Are we getting to know what their struggles are? Or are we just only wanting to talk and wanting to tell our story? Or we're trying to just throw a program at them because it's the one that's on sale, or it's the one that we feel like is going to just really change everything for people because we love it. Or are we really trying to get to know their story, their struggles, and getting to figure out what it is that they need? Because everybody has struggles. Everybody needs something. But as we talk to people, if we ask them, hey, what are you struggling with? Where can I provide support? And as they tell you things, those kind of things are what you can post about as you're being proof of the product. So that's kind of something, I'm kind of gearing things a little bit different. So, as a coach, we kind of have this misconception or this fear that I have to be perfect. I have to be really good at my nutrition. I have to be really good at my fitness. Or how can I help others to do that if I'm not doing it, right? And so a lot of times we end up also posting, like, we want to post value, but sometimes we're posting so much value as in, like, I got to give them tons of recipes. I got to give them tons of, this is what you need to do. This is how you can be successful at fitness and nutrition. But I'm just going to kind of shift gears a little bit to maybe what your followers are maybe thinking. Not all of them, but maybe some of them. What maybe is in, if we put ourselves in their shoes or in their eyes. And I think about these people who give me their struggles, the things that they're struggling with. And I hear things all the time, and you probably hear them all the time too. Like, I just don't have the motivation, or I'm struggling to stick with the fitness program, or I just can't get started, or I can't work out more than a week, or whatever it may be, that they're lacking that motivation in their life. So as you're being proof of the product, post about that. Post about, hey, I didn't always have this motivation. Because if you think about their shoes, if you're thinking about their eyes, they're probably looking at your post sometimes. If you're just posting every single day, we're not saying this, right? But you're just keep saying, hey, I'm doing my workout, like, I'm consistent with this, like, it takes consistency to get results, and we're talking about all this. They may be possibly looking at our posts and thinking, I can never do that. I'm incapable of being consistent. I failed time and time and time and time again. I'm incapable of being a motivated person, right? Some of them may be thinking this. So is there a way when we're posting every once in a while to put something in and say something like, I haven't always been motivated like this. I haven't always been consistent like this. Because sometimes as coaches, after we've been doing this for a while, it's just kind of what we do because we know that this is what we have to do because it's our business, right? But what are they thinking? If we put ourselves in their shoes and in their eyes, sometimes they may be thinking, I can never be that. I'm not good enough to be part of their challenge groups. I'm not good enough to be a coach. I can't be motivated like that. Maybe something like, I'm we're posting all these hardcore workouts, and they may be thinking, and I've heard this before, I could never do the workouts that you do. It's possible that a lot of our people that are following us could be thinking that. And so something that we can do as we're sharing and as we're being proof of the product is explaining, tell people, this is where I've been. Before this journey, I could not do a single push-up. If I did like 5 push-ups on my knees, that was all I could handle, and I was done. I was laying on the ground being like, I'm done. I might just turn off this TV right now. Okay, so sometimes as you're being proof of that product, you don't always have to say, look how far I've come, or look, I'm doing this, I'm being consistent, and this is why, and trying to add value in the sense of like, you need to be consistent, and this is why, or you need to do workouts, and this is why. You need to do the nutrition, and this is why, right? We can also add a value in a different way where we're saying, this is where I've been, and this is where I'm going, or this is where I'm at now. Because it gives them that hope, and it gives them that purpose to be able to change their story, where they can start seeing now, instead of, I'm incapable of losing weight, I'm incapable of being happy, to start to see, if she did it, I can darn right do it. So I'm going to go to her challenge group. I'm going to be a part of what she's doing because I want that in my life. And if she's doing it, I'm doing it. Right? So that's something that I'm kind of thinking about, and something that I'm trying to do as I'm implementing and trying to be proof of the product and trying to share the product, is thinking about, what are my viewers seeing when I'm posting this? What kind of value am I adding into their life with this post? That's something that I like to do. Now, you guys, you don't have to get too in your head with every post that you do. You don't have to be like, gosh, is this the right wording? Is my contact perfect? Is my picture perfect? Don't worry. Just do something. It's okay. Be consistent and post. But I do feel like it is important to every once in a while to step back and think about, what are my viewers seeing in this journey? Am I really inspiring them? Or am I making them feel like maybe they can't? That's just a different view on it, maybe. Another thing that's come to mind a lot is, of course, when you're trying to be proof of the product as a coach, you need to be a challenger. You are always a challenger. When I first started this journey, when I did that 21-day fix, you better believe it, I was showing up every stinking day. 5 o'clock, I was doing my workout, and I would never miss it. I was scooping the food in my little containers every single meal and making sure that I was on point with my nutrition. I never missed a day of Shakeology. Now, I feel like as that journey went on and on and on, like last year while I was pregnant, okay, you know what? Okay, step back. While you're pregnant, those of you who are pregnant, don't give up, you guys. Don't feel like, okay, I'm pregnant, so I can't do this. Or say you broke your knee or your leg, or you just focus on what you can control and keep going. Because there's people out there who are the same way. They're pregnant, or they have limitations, or they have different things that are going on in their life, and they're seeing, okay, you know what? She has limitations in her life, or he has limitations in his life, but it's not stopping them. Okay, but I struggled with my eating last year. Okay, I was not a challenger like I should have been. I was kind of in and out of my groups, but I was not a challenger. You need to be committed, every single group, to starting over again and being a challenger and be committed. Just like that very first program you ever did. Do that every single time. And it's not just the fitness and nutrition, but it's the mindset too. When we're trying to help people, you cannot help someone, you cannot inspire someone if you're not changing yourself. And this does not mean you have to have some dramatic physical transformation, but you do need to be changing yourself, your mindset. You do need to be growing mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and in every aspect of your life if you want to inspire and change lives. You cannot do it unless you're changing yourself. You always have to be changing and progressing if you want to inspire and change lives. So be a challenger and be real in your challenge groups. And don't just, right now I feel like in the app it's so easy just to put on the plus sign like, oh yeah, everybody, I did my Shakeology, or I did my workout. Add value. Tell them, today was dang hard to get my workout in, but I'm dang proud because I did it, and this is how, or this is why. This was what was in my mind that kept me going, even though there was no motivation, right? So add value in your challenge groups. Be a challenger and really zone into your challenge groups. I've been doing that the last 2 months, and every single challenger that has been in my groups has shared about it with friends. Every single person I've set up for the last 2 to 3 months has come from a referral from my challenge groups. Every single one of them. If you are zoned into your challenge groups and you're being a challenger and you're helping them to be proof of the product, you are going to be able to help a lot more people because they are also referring people to you. It's amazing how many people you can help by doing that. And you guys, that's pretty much it. That's what I've got. But people need, everybody out there, they need you. If you feel like, gosh, there's no one I can help, I'm not finding people, I suck at this, it's not true. That is 100% a lie. There are people out there that 100% need you. They need to hear your story. They need to hear bits and pieces of your story as you share and as you're being proof of the product that is going to change their life. And for some of them, it is only you that will reach them, that will touch them and help them to be driven and to make change in their life. For others, they're going to change regardless of whether it's you or another coach, so it'll just as well be you. So get inviting, get sharing, get being proof of the product, and show people that this can change their life, and let people know that you're there to help them to change their life, that you believe in them, that they can do it because you've been there, or because your challenger has been there, or because your friend has been there. If you feel like this hasn't quite changed your life yet, it's okay, because you can still show them, because you love them and because you're getting to know their struggles, that this is possible for them and that you know it is. And that's why you're coaching, because you're there to make sure that they will be able to reach their goals and live a happier and healthier life. That's what you're for as a coach, is to share it, find people, find them solutions, and make sure they get results. That's what we do. So that's my thoughts. I kind of steered it in a different direction a little bit, but that's all. So if anybody has questions for either of us, comments, anything that you need, let us know. You can unmute yourself or chat or whatever. Okay, looks like we are good. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hopping on. Sorry for our technical difficulties. Thanks, Rachel, for jumping in. You guys are awesome. Thanks.